The biggest environmental catastrophe in decades is upon us. Bigger than the Gulf oil spill, more catastrophic than global warming. Cats and dogs living together, human sacrifice. We might be having a bacon shortage. Possibly, maybe, down the line, probably not. Hey guys, from what I understand, people like talking about bacon. You want to talk about some bacon? Let's talk about some bacon. Basically, here's what happened. A UK-based organization that no one's ever heard of sent out a press release announcing a possible bacon shortage happening next year. Well, of course, the internet lost its mind. We had articles written on every single blog in the country. I even read somewhere that there were some bacon eating competitions that got canceled because of this. So, I guess it's not all bad news after all. I try to stay on the pulse of what's happening in the food news world. We've been hearing for a long time that this drought is causing feed prices to go up. And when feed prices go up, meat prices go up. And from what I understand, bacon is meat. I'm 95% sure that's correct. The truth is, a bacon shortage is technically possible, but what's a lot more likely is a bacon price hike. But really, the price of all the cuts is going to go up. And all we really learned is that if you say the word bacon, you have an international news story. There are lots of other cuts that are really popular and in great supply, they just don't end up on every single episode of Epic Mealtime. But personally, I look at this as a great opportunity to learn how to enjoy some of the less popular parts of the pig. The best dishes in the history of the world are born out of necessity. And now it's our opportunity to branch out beyond the bacon. Start working with things like ears, snout, tail, cheek, ribs. It may sound a little scary at first, but I'm telling you, if you do it right, it's delicious. Anthony Bourdain was on the Opie and Anthony show this week, and he had no reservations about trashing Guy Fieri's new $8 million restaurant in Times Square. No reservations? Really? Let's move on. Bourdain went so far as to call this behemoth restaurant a terror dome, and even made a crack about how Fieri single-handedly turned the neighborhood into the Ed Hardy district, which would be kind of a cheap shot if it weren't funny and kind of true. What's also weird about this place is that Guy Fieri is known for his show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, in which he drives around the country looking for really cheap, really good food. And yet, at his own restaurant, Guy's American Kitchen, he's gonna charge you $17.50 for a hamburger? On top of that, I read on The Smoking Gun that Fieri charges $100,000 for an appearance fee. But hey, I guess that buys you a whole lot of donkey sauce. What is donkey sauce? If you don't know Adam Roberts, he calls himself the amateur gourmet. Well, he went out and cooked with some of the best chefs from across the country who taught him their recipes, their secrets, and he put them all in his brand new book. So he got together with all these star chefs and learned their secrets, huh? I feel like that reminds me of something. Anyway, it's a pretty cool book tour that Adam is doing. And for the Atlanta leg of the trip, he got together with Hugh Atchison, who cooked a 3-course menu at his restaurant, Empire State, inspired by the book. And on Monday, they're doing one in Seattle with Chef Renee Erickson at her restaurant, The Walrus and the Carpenter. It's a great chance for you to eat all this great food before you get around to buying the book and cooking it yourself. There are actually a lot of cookbook tours that involve food events and chefs, but Adam's list is especially impressive because he's got names like Nancy Silverton, Lydia Bastianich, and Jonathan Waxman involved. There's still a bunch of cities left on Adam's tour, so if you can make it to one of them, you really gotta go. Here's the rundown. Well, that's it for today. So make sure you subscribe to Taste, and we got a lot of cool shows like Dude Food.
Look at that milk right there. That wants to come off.
Why Would You Eat That?
It's so gross.
And even this one, which I hear kind of sucks. But nonetheless, I'll be back here next Friday, and I'll see you there. I'm Noah Galutin, and this is The Food Feeder.
Whoa, toilet brewed fruit wine? Really? Who drinks that? Find out on Why Would You Eat That? Or perhaps balls to the wall deep fried is more to your liking. Yum. Now you can learn all about Rocky Mountain oysters. But if that's just not your culinary style, learn how to make the perfect plate of pasta with star chefs Zach and Steve. Or learn how to make the super granddaddy of mac and cheese, on Dude Food, right here on Taste It.